Alright guys, we are back with another video yet again. So today I want to break down on who I will be pulling for the phase 1 of 3.3, because as you guys may or may have not have seen, we only have a little time left before Yae Miko and Tartaglia are gone. Yeah, 16 hours and 23 minutes as I'm recording this video, which is 9:36 p.m. PST. Yes, we do have 16 hours and 23 minutes left, so make sure that you do Miko or Tartaglia while you have the time, or if you can, because Tartaglia is a very good DPS, even C1 is a W, and Miko is a must pull, because, well, if you build her right, she's absolutely broken in the game. So they're both very good characters that you should probably get before they go away. Other than that, I am going to use a coin flipper in a moment. But first, I want to demonstrate of Tartaglia or Yae Miko for the people who have not got them, since they're pretty much well built. Of course, that Layla, Tartaglia, and Miko. The burst, and it is key because I wouldn't recommend being in Tartaglia's E for a long time because it's not necessarily worth it, in my opinion. But other than that, Tartaglia is a very good team. He probably will be a really good DPS if you consider him a very good Hydro DPS. Like, maybe like the same as Saito, maybe perhaps, I don't know. Miko must pull. She's a catalyst, and she can do up to 3 of her skill, which is good because her look Kitsunes, as you can see, are electro attacking. It's a little poor wooden space. So anything within the AoE, like, so let's say I put some right here. Yeah, as you can see, they are not attacking little wood power over there. So it must be within the AoE of the Kitsune thingy skill to reach that. If I put it a bit closer though, see, now all 3 of them are attacking, so that is within the AoE. So that is good. So you need to ensure that you place your Kitsunes with Miko close enough to an enemy, an object, or a wood pile. Now as you can see, these 2 are firing, while this one is not firing little electro attacks because those were in range, while the one back here, closest to Miko, was not, because that was outside the AoE, because that was not hitting it. So ideally, if you do intend to get Miko, she is definitely a must pull. I'd really do. I really recommend you put some crit damage on her, but some crit rate. As for my Miko, it's kind of bad, but hey, she's still a work in progress. All right, and she's currently doing 24 of 169. Now, her signature weapon. If we were to take a look at her signature weapon, Kagura's Vanity, it also does crit damage. So what could do is you make it Yae Miko either have a crit damage or an attack. For me personally, I would use the Widsith. Of course, you can do like an attack, like you can do not that. You can do a perception, Widsith. Stack Prominence is optional if you believe that's good enough on her. Bonus Codex, not really. So, what about Tartaglia builds? For me, yeah, I'm still in the progress of leveling them up, so it may take a little bit. As for weapons, I would recommend Rust because that increases a no attack by 8%, but well, it decreases his attack damage by 10%. Now, some weapons that you can use for Tartaglia is the Almost Bowl. That's totally up to you. Paint Twilight, nah, right? I mean, okay, so this is a battle pass weapon. So if you believe that you want to make like a DPS where you don't have to move a lot, because if you just want to make like a sub DPS Tartaglia, that's up to you. But if you like, you can use Resident Hunt. This is a battle pass weapon. Rust is a must because it also increases is no attack, which also increases his melee stance. Again, if you like, you can always do almost. That's Gani's weapon. Stainless, nah. Performance 4 ball. I mean, if you want to put on like a ER or something like that, you can go ahead. A Curvo, no. Shooters Oath. I mean, if you want like a free to play friendly one, then you can definitely go for Sharpshooters. That's like a free to play work in progress or Tatalia. Ravenbow again, You mainly want to go for like damage wise because if you were to get his C1, that literally helps him with his cooldown, with his melee stance back to his bow stance, which that is really good for him. Because if you were to be in it until the end when it goes back, that would take you 45 seconds. But this decreases it by 20%. That's really good for him if you want to stay in his melee stance for a long time. But for now, if you don't have him C1, that's totally fine. But you do have to take note that Retalia's melee stance depends on how long you stay in his melee stance. Let's say 20 seconds. It'll probably be like 18 seconds, 21 seconds, 22 seconds. If you're like okay, so Tartaglia. So melee stance. Okay, so if you do like that, it's like 7 seconds. But if you like stay in its melee stance for longer, let's say I run over here, I get these enemies, or here to these enemies, so I stay in it longer. That's basically 14 seconds from way over there, right here. So you do have to. It's recommended that you spend a little bit of time in his melee stance if you want him to be like a main DPS. Now, or a sub DPS as well. Now for Layla, she is basically I want to say like Nilu 2.0, but as a cryo because her because she mainly focuses on Matt's health. Because Matt's health is a must need for Layla because she's a shield. Her talent is basically her shield talent is basically needing a lot of health. Now for this also stats off of her health. So if you were to get like Nilu's signature weapon, just like Kia Akashi's suit, that's good on her because that is the only max health sword in the entire game until they add some like new sword that's off of health. But I doubt they would do that. Who knows? Maybe they can, maybe they won't. For pieces, I would do health, attack, and then I would just do like strip health on time, goblet, and crown. Again, this is all up to you. If you want to be if you want to be a sub DPS or main DPS, feel free. But I would do health, crowd damage bonus or health, totally up to you because of her because of her stars going to enemies. Honestly, and then and then health crit rate or crit damage. If you went like crit rate or crit damage, that means you were like 50-50 and into trying to make have some DPS and some health. If you'll make her like a DPS ish character, probably mainly crowd DPS. I mean crowd damage bonus. Excuse me, or health. Totally up to you. Then straight up health. I currently don't have anything like health wise, but in terms of artifacts, I would just do straight up health up, as you know my John Lee has. Actually, where is my yep? So basically, 4 piece. Eventual hits an opponent attack while nearby party members is increased by 20%. W. And their shield strength is increased by 30% for 3 seconds. Basically, well, this is somewhat good, somewhat bad for Layla, to be honest. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so now let's get into a part you've all been waiting for. Is do I pull on a Wanderer or do I pull on Ito for the first phase? This is something I've been wanting to do as my content. So let's go ahead and let me switch on over to this. Boom. Okay, so let me see. Flip a coin 3 times. Okay, now the first one does not count because I will be doing it 3 times. Flip 3 coins 1 time. You will see the exact truth. Okay, so heads is tails. I mean, Jarmish is heads, and Ito is tails. So, without further ado, let's do this. Are you? The game literally wants me. Okay, this is not going. This is not going. This is not. This is not going to count, dude. Okay, okay. It wants me to pull on Star Mooshes because I do not want to say that 3 heads and 3 tails do not count. I should mention it in front of this art though. I should have done that. Well, so you will be actually catching me live tomorrow for the update. It will be at night because I believe the maintenance is 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I believe could be wrong, could be right. Because if you were to take a look at the last one over on Twitter, because I did announce when it was going to end and when it was going to start. So if we were to take a look at the last one, it should be right here. This was for 3.2. So okay, so 3 p.m. PST and will end at 8 p.m. PST. So if this is the truth and it does miss just starts at 3 p.m., then you can expect it to be back at 8 p.m. for Pacific time users, or people or players, whatever you call it. 6 p.m. EST and at 11 p.m. EST. So if it starts at 3 p.m., then we can expect future update versions for maintenance to be there as well. But other than that, I will also see you guys on tomorrow, no stream tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the update day where I spend a 5 star. Do what I do with that. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Peace out, out here. And have a good day too. As I was saying,